Well, it actually seems an age since we've been down to Palmanova and made any videos. We haven't made any videos for the past week. It's just been too hectic for us with work and the weather's not been very good. But we're down today. It's Friday and it's the 30th of September. So last day of September. We're into October tomorrow. And we're by the Heart. And Michelle was asking me, what does the plaque say that's next to the Heart? And the plaque comes and goes, so it's not always there. It's there at the moment, so I've just taken a photograph of it, and we'll attempt to do a little bit of a translation to find out what's on there. So this is the plaque that we're talking to. It's actually bolted to the ground, and when they have fairs and fiestas, they take this away, and they also take the heart away itself as well. I'll take a photograph of it, and then we can find out what it says. So here's a rough translation of what it says on the plaque. It's actually a poem, and it starts off, "Of soft iron, this heart of Teroba is born out of nowhere, from her hands to become a gift, in a memory, in a hole for those who have gone, and they are there behind the sea, over the clouds. Tribute is necessary, like every grain of sand, to make up this beach. We will never forget you." It's actually a poem in memory of the victims of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the heart was actually presented by an artist collective and was actually made by the artist Carlos Teroba. And the poem was written by Manuel Navarro, but it doesn't actually say that on the bottom of the plaque. It says Navarro Doruti, so that must be his pseudonym. The Corazon, the Heart of Teroba, and the title of the heart is Heart of Calvia, or Heart of the People of Calvia. So my apologies, we've not been out and about for the past few days. It's largely my fault because I'm working now, and by the time I get home in the evening it's getting a little bit late and going dark. It's 20 to 7 now and it's going to start going dark on us. But thank you for all those people who've been sending me messages. I will reply to you eventually. Just been really busy. And thank you to all those people who've been subscribing. It does really give us that little bit of a push to do some more videos, and hopefully if the weather's okay this weekend we will be able to get out and about and maybe make a couple more videos over the weekend. But we're back to work on Monday, and well, that means I won't be able to make some videos. So we're going past this beach. This beach I did report earlier on this year to say that this was actually the no smoking beach. And what Calvia decided was the 3 beaches in Palmanova, this one was actually going to be the no smoking one. And read today that actually they can make that a rule, but they've got no real way of enforcing it. They can't actually fine you for smoking on the beach. But that's possibly about to change because there are some anti-smoking laws in the pipeline. At the moment, any of you who are smokers, you know you can't smoke inside a bar. You can't even smoke on the terrace of a bar. You have to go and stand outside and wander around. I don't know. They were brought in because of COVID, and it was because the authorities thought that smoking was a way of spreading COVID, so made you go outside of the bars, so you couldn't even go on the terrace. So these are COVID restrictions, and they're still in place. So you still can't smoke in a bar or on the terrace. You're never going to be able to smoke in a bar because that's been a law for a long time. But terraces.
Videos on YouTube, no way.
Hey.
I've been watching your videos for a long time. Don and Vicky.
Don and Vicky.
Don
Don and Vicky from
Oldham, Manchester.
From Oldham, Manchester, and been watching the video, so it's great. So now you're going to actually be on one.
Glad to be here and all that, yeah. Yeah,
You're
maybe.
here for a few more days now?
No, we're here till Thursday.
Right.
Thursday, we're here for 7
Well,
days.
hopefully the weather's
weather
going to
is supposed
change
to pick up
tomorrow,
yeah.
and temperature's supposed to be up to 28. So that'll be very warm.
Happy days.
But for the moment, I think we've got a few more spots of rain.
Well, it's so nice to meet you. So
Lovely to see you too.
really is.
Thanks very much.
Them videos.
Thanks very much.
See you then. Bye bye. Oh, that's really nice. You never know who you're going to bump into. And from Oldham, New Manchester, fantastic. And the weather has been a little bit strange. Well, not strange, it's very typical actually for this time of the year. So the weather normally is stormy at the end of August, beginning of September. But it's been a bit late this year, and we're now at the end of September, so we're a few weeks late.
We haven't really had the heavy storms, so have we, that we've had in the past?
Well, some parts of the island, they've had really heavy rain. We seem to have missed out. We've not had any deluges. Well, I need to... I say we never had any deluges. We need to went for a walk this morning and got absolutely soaked.
I was a drowned rat.
But yeah, we usually have some really violent thunderstorms, really heavy rain, and they've missed our bit of the island. We've had some heavy rain, but not the really bad stuff that they've had in other parts of the island. And in other parts of the island, beaches have been washed away, cars have been washed away, rubbish dumpsters have been washed away. So it's we've been quite lucky. I don't think we've had any fatalities this year. I mean, in previous years we've had some quite serious ones. San Lorenzo springs to mind.
With the sea down there.
But the sea's choppy. The sea's really quite choppy. And Anita said she walked past a beach in Palmanova this morning, and the surfers were out. I guess that'd be quite early, wouldn't it? About 8 o'clock, 8:30 this morning. Surfers are out, and Palmanova is a very popular beach with the surfers, as is Baleares as well. So Baleares, you get a lot of surfers. So I was saying about the smoking, wasn't I? Smoking on this beach is banned, but not really enforceable. And so I suppose the local authorities, the police I suppose, could come along and say don't smoke, but they don't really have any power to do anything about it. They can just ask you not to do it. But that could well change. There's a big push to bring in some permanent laws regarding the terraces and possibly beaches, but certainly the terraces, to make that a permanent ban so that people are not allowed to smoke on a terrace like this one here at Sea Rose. Having said the police can't do anything about it, I think if you were smoking on the beach and they wanted to cause a little bit of trouble, the police could probably fine you for something else. Probably breaking some other sort of law, like littering or something like that, I don't know. So I wouldn't try them or test them. So yeah, we're looking at the beach now. There's actually some people, not many, I can see 2 people swimming in the sea. They're just bobbling up and down because it's a little bit rough, and there's a couple paddling, and there's a few spots of rain. So if there's a few spots of rain on the lens, you'll know what it is. It is actually raining, though there's blue sky up there and a few clouds, so really strange. Has been windy as well during the day, and that usually plays a bit of trouble with my videos. I've got to work out some way of doing noise reduction. Still haven't sorted that one out. It's nice to hear the waves. It's nice to get out for a walk.
It's a bit cooler though, a lot cooler.
Well, it's a lot cooler. It's much more pleasant for walking now. The nights are cooler, so the temperatures now allow you to sleep a little bit better at night time. But the temperatures during the day are still reasonably warm. I think it's getting up towards the mid-20s. But as I said to Don, the weather forecast is suggesting that once all of this stormy weather goes, the weather will settle down and the temperatures are expected to go up to 28 degrees, which is really pleasant. And so the people who are coming in October should get some really nice weather. Hopefully it'll last until the end of October when you get half term, and then at the end of October it still looks as though everywhere's going to close down. I'm not sure I've got any droplets of water on the lens. So yeah, the end of October, which is when our half term starts, the hotels pretty much around Magaluf closes almost completely, with only 2 or 3 hotels left open. Palmanova, maybe a couple more stay open, most of them will close. And then there's a whole winter with most of the hotels closed. So at that time, most of the bars and restaurants and businesses, a lot of the businesses will just close for several months until whenever Easter is. And some will open a bit earlier, some will open in February, some of the hotels will open in February. The rain's starting to come down. But it does become very much quieter. I'm just going to wipe the lens. Anita's not got her parasol today, she's got my umbrella. There's a song about an umbrella. Oh, what? And it's not heavy rain, it's just
Wet rain.
drizzly sort of rain, which is not really normal here. Could get a bit wet. Just going to go down the steps. I'll turn the camera off while I go down. Well, we've managed to get down the steps and then up the steps, and we're just by the Hotel Tropico now, and we're sheltered a little bit by the trees here, but it is sort of heavy drizzly rain, so not sure how we're going to get on with our little walk this evening. Feels quite pleasant actually, but I've not brought my hat, which is actually what I need, because I always worry about getting my hearing aids wet. Might have to come under the brolly there if it starts to rain heavily. Still some people down there playing volleyball, and there's a few people out for a promenade like us, and even someone setting up a little market stall for the evening. So life goes on. So weather being permitting, we're hoping to go down to Santa Ponsa tomorrow, and we're going to meet someone we've been watching the YouTube channel, and we both have Freemasonry in common, so we're going to have a chat about Freemasonry. He's also very musical, so Anita's got something in common as well. Anita's very musical. Another little stall here. So from time to time, well, in the evenings during the summer months, the local artists come along and set up their stalls, sell their wares. And this gentleman does caricatures. Trying to work out what we're going to do for Christmas, and as the season ends and the hotels close and the bars close, businesses close, so the airlines stop putting on flights. So where we would usually fly maybe to Bristol, we would really like to be able to fly to Southampton, but that's not really possible. So our choices have somewhat diminished. Bournemouth closes completely for us, as far as we're concerned, and any flights that we've seen to Bristol really are not very good for us. Quite often the flights take off in the evening and so arrive around midnight or even after midnight, and that's really not a very good time to be arriving, not for us anyway. So what are our choices? Our choices mainly are London, so to go to one of the London airports, but some of those are a little bit difficult for us. Stansted we've been to, but it's a bit of a trek. Gatwick is ideal, but I can't really find any flights that again are at suitable times for us to go. So I'm looking at London City. Never been to London City Airport, so that would be quite an adventure in itself. And then I'm just hoping that I can get a train then to go down to Fareham.
Barbara said it's a nice little airport.
Little airport in London. Oh, there you go, sounds good to me. Oh, well, it's raining a lot, dear.
I can't hold this here.
I can hold it here. Maybe we'll have to curtail our little walks this evening.
We should head back.
We'll just walk just that little bit further so you can see this beach and the Santa Lucia Hotel. It looks as though the authorities have been and have been cutting the trees. A little topiary. And right in front of us is the Santa Lucia Hotel, and you can see some lights out. I can't imagine there's going to be too many people sitting out in the rain there, maybe one or two. There's still lots of people walking though, just soaking up the rain. So we're going to head back, dear?
Yes.
Well, a final clean of the lens before we have to say goodbye, because otherwise it's just going to be droplets of water on the lens all the time. So thanks very much for watching, and thanks if you've already subscribed. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. So bye for now.
Bye.